What's up, Sunshiners? Here we are again, this time with episode 3 of Between Two Durians. Now, unless you live under a rock, you're all going to be familiar with today's guest, ModestTomato. No introduction could possibly do him justice, so instead, let's just get right to it. All right, I'm here with the guy that needs no introduction, ModestTomato. How's it going?
I'm all right. I'll take an introduction though. I don't I don't know if
Oh, sorry,
everyone.
that's not this kind of show.
No,
We
I'm
don't we
I'm
don't we don't do that
I'm
here.
poking fun. I'm poking fun. Introductions are overrated, anyways. I'll be honest.
Presenting the king of Bing, ModestTomato.
I'm not all that. I don't know. You got the wrong guy, I think. But not complaining about that title, but
Yeah.
for the sake of accuracy for the people at home.
Yeah, listen, the best fighter or whatever knight in the king's army, like that person's not the king, okay? So Ramato's out there on the battlefield,
Yeah.
but who's looking over the homeland? Anyways,
No, the part of why I say that is just because a bunch of people like who were just starting out, they told me multiple different people were like, "Wow, like I thought you were good when I started." It's-
okay, wait,
so
but I said
that's
that to
why.
you too. I'm one of
Yeah,
those
exactly.
people.
Like you are one of those. I think Braden did as well. Like I don't know. Like a couple of people were like, "Wait, this guy's like not that good."
This
So,
guy's totally
it's just funny.
washed.
I just was never good. You can't be washed if you were never good.
Well, I mean, to
But you know.
start off with the classic open-ended question, right? Is what is your history with bingo? I mean, you go all the way back to like Tetris and stuff. So I mean, you go as far back as you want with how you wound up here.
Sure. I guess I mean I don't need to like go to my first video game or anything, but I guess like the first time I really found out about like what is speed running was just some like I don't know. I know Funky talked about this like versus thing that was a thing. I don't know if you remember that, but it's like
Mm.
two guys just race to beat Sunshine.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
and then it was just like very casual. Like obviously it's like nothing too crazy. And then that was like something I watched when I was like 13 maybe. Uh, and I was like, wow, that's cool. And then from there, I was like, I want to beat Mario 64 as fast as I can because I'm really creative and I have a very unique start to all this. Very true. And so I don't know, like I didn't like have there were like no guide. I'm sure there were guides, but like I didn't know there was a community or anything back then. I just like did it. I did 70 stars like a little baby goo goo gaga. And I had fun doing that. And then uh yeah, and then like 2018 or so, I start with Tetris around then. So that's like one of my first exposures to like online community. But around the same time, I also start speedrunning Mario Bros. Wii, and also am like part of that community a little bit. And I'm sure like no one who's there today will remember who I am, like lowest impact ever. But like there's definitely a lot of like fun times I had. I remember arguing about emulator because I also played emulator on that game. It is what it is. That was fun. We had a big community max percent race, which is just this like stupid ultra long category where it's like 100% and then you grind out points. It took me 12 hours in the it's just because it's like a category extension no one had ever played and they're like, sure, let's just do a race for it. Um, and then yeah, from there, like I don't know, 2020-ish, um, like I see a Trey video, which gets me into Sunshine, and then Mars, who's still around. I don't know if you've met Mars or spoken with him. He's a really
Mm-mm.
cool guy. Maybe in Juan's chat actually.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh, okay, that Mars. Yeah.
dude, yeah, that Mars. Uh, I'd like heard that he was playing Sunshine a little bit, and I asked him, dude, is this game sick? And he was like, dude, it's so sick. And and then yeah, I tried some any percent. I wasn't particularly good. And then there was like a season of tasks, and that's when I really was like started playing a little more of that. And then like season one of Bingo came right after that, which was my first tournament. And I got my butt kicked a little bit, but I picked it up pretty quick, I think. And yeah, I guess the from there, I played season one. I think I barely made playoffs, and then got like tied third in Division Three. So like, I really liked that season because like a lot of the mainstays, I guess, kind of started there. So like that was Peach's first season as well. And now we're 2v2 partners. That was Yato's first season as well, and like That's probably like maybe my biggest rival in bingo over the years. So it's like, it's where everything started, which is kind of cool. Then season 2 was the like ultra big one. Everyone will like glaze season 2. Like, oh, I have these ultra fond memories of season 2. I just remember being like frustrated. I felt like I was scammed out of Division 2, and then I put this like huge burden of pressure on myself. Uh, and then I think I had like a 8-3 regular season, but all I could focus on was like my shortcomings and failures. And then like I dropped out of playoffs because I was just like so frustrated. Part of it was also just like, I don't know, 11 game season is pretty long. It was
Mm-hmm.
across like 8 weeks as well or something. So it was like 2 games a week during a like pretty busy time. I mean, it was COVID times, I guess, but like I was still in school and stuff, and like first year of college. That's like still weird. I still feel like that's weird that my first year of college was being stuck in a room. So,
Yeah.
um, and then season 3 is kind of a similar story where I just feel like this burden to prove myself, but this time I actually do. And there's an elo ladder. So instead of like playing good and being stuck in Division 3 anyways, I actually like started like bottom of Division 3 seed and then went all the way up to Division 2, which was cool. And then I played one game of playoffs and won, and then forfeited out because it was like a very turbulent time in my life personally. Um, and then I didn't play bingo again until 24 with spring lockout. And then spring lockout, I didn't do very well, but I didn't have expectations this time, and so it was a lot more fun. And I got my butt kicked by Yato, JJ, and Libre, and it was a good time.
Hmm.
And then from there, I started playing more again. Played the little like summer showdown tournaments that were like in between the main ones. Did pretty all right there. Um, and then I'd say like I guess the first big tourney back was like Dawn of a Dynasty, and like we're right back to the present. So you know,
Yeah. And prior
can't really complain.
prior to Dawn of a Dynasty, you organized Birth of a Bloodline, right?
That I did, yeah.
Was that the first one you organized, or was that just the
So
first
I
one
was
I
part of
came
the mod
across?
team for like I'm trying to think of when I joined the mod team because like they were like saying we're really short on people, and I was like, this was when bingo was in a kind of a bad place, kind of. I'd say like it's probably like sometime in 2024 where like after the spring lockout there just weren't any big events happening. Um, and so I kind of joined around then, but I was also like, I don't know how much work I can put in for a little bit because I was focused on like school and a lot of other stuff. Um, but then, as 2025 rolls around, it's like we did the little Olympics event, which like I wouldn't say like I organized that. I'd credit that like 90% to Mason. He did most of the work. Uh, we did like, I don't know, me and Mason, we did like every 2 weeks we did like a little mini recap show, which was fun. Um, but then yeah, I'd say like the one that I had like the most influence in were like these two most recent ones with Birth of a Bloodline, Dawn of a Dynasty. Mostly because I was just sick of our tournaments not having names.
Mm-hmm.
Like like it was like in retrospect, it's a little goofy. It's like so serious. I don't think bingo has to be that serious. But I just wanted it to not be 2024 2v2 summer lockout or whatever. That's the tournament I won, right? And that's like, yeah, that's going to my trophy case. 2024 2v2 summer
Yeah,
lockout,
that's going on your
you know?
gravestone. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And like it could have been so much. It could have been takes two to tango, you know?
mm-hmm.
And like that would have been so much cooler to have on my gravestone. But that's coming around, so I don't know. Maybe me and Peaches get lucky, but I don't really feel confident against JJ Jeff. But
Yeah, the fruit
we'll do our
basket.
best. Fruit Bowl, yeah.
Fruit bowl, sorry. Why I get that
So
wrong every
you're
time.
good. You're
It's,
good.
I'm just such a Flaties
I mean, there
enjoyer.
are fruit baskets, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know.
I don't know,
It's
maybe
like
maybe
true to
you guys
life.
kind of messed up there. Should have been fruit baskets. Should have been the fruit
I
ladies. Hot
I
take,
don't even
but
think we coined it. I did. Fruit Ladies would actually be so good. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
all right,
Okay, you're onto
I am
something.
copywriting that. Just like
Yeah, a little rebrand might be coming there.
put a pin in that.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fruit Ladies. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Um so to take it back to school. So you've been in school, you're
Mhm.
back in school. You've told me like six
Mhm.
times what you're majoring in or what you're focusing on. I feel like it's economics, right?
You nailed it.
Okay, thank God,
Yeah.
because you said it so many times, and I was like, it starts with like an EC, like it's not ecology. So,
Yeah, I mean, good call, good call.
so how's school going? Like, I know you had a thing a couple months ago, right, with a presentation about like organizing stuff that was like sort of a little bit related to like online communities, right?
I mean, that had nothing to do with school. I mean, that was just like a thing I put on my YouTube from what I
Oh,
remember.
okay.
Unless there was like also a presentation. Let me
I could be
think.
hallucinating. I thought you said that
You might
you
be right. I mean,
I thought you said you had a presentation you had to do for a class about like organizing stuff, like organizing tournaments. Maybe not tournaments specifically, but
uh, I don't remember that. So maybe you're mistaken, or maybe I just forgot. But
okay.
yeah, I guess school has kind of been like a very weird thing for me because so I did high school like any other student, um, which I graduated 2019. And I always took it very seriously. Like I took 15 AP exams, did pretty well in
Damn.
them. Uh, and then I got into Harvard, and then I took a gap year. Um, and then in that gap year, COVID hits, and then I go to Harvard. Um, and then after a year, it's just like I've been stuck in a room my whole college experience. Um, and then like a bunch of health issues cropped up as well between like me and family. So I drop out, um, or at least I go on like medical leave or whatever it's called. Um, and then I like work on that mostly for like the greater part of 2 years. And then like I think it's like mid 2023 is like when it's all starting to get resolved. And at that time, like I've moved down here to North Carolina, which is lovely. I applied to transfer to UNC, which I got into as well. And yeah, ever since then it's been a lot of smooth sailing. I've still taken it real serious, which like maybe a little too serious, but I'll be graduating in like 2 weeks,
Oh, let's
assuming nothing
go.
terrible goes wrong. So yeah,
Oh, I didn't
it's
know this was
good.
the last
But
semester.
yeah, I mean, I've been in like what's it called? If 2020 was my first semester, like that's 6 years ago now. So it's like it's about time, you know. All
Listen,
my
I
friends
mean,
are like
subtract
working jobs
two
and
gap
stuff.
years, you're at 4 years for a 4 year degree. That's like, right? I
Well, it
mean,
was what's it called? It was the one gap year before and then two in the middle with all the health stuff. So it's
yeah,
like it's not like I did an extra year, but it's also like well, it's kind of weird where all my friends have been like working for multiple years, like,
yeah,
and we're just in different places in our life, I guess. Like the people I know from high school who I'm really close with. Um, so
yeah,
that's like a little weird, but it's also like I don't know. I don't really regret what I did. It's like
yeah,
got to take care of people when they're sick. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it
that's just
just,
how it goes.
yeah, and everything ultimately works out. But I didn't, okay, so I didn't know about Harvard. So I'm like, so
Yeah,
we have a certified, like, I'm not going to say Harvard alum because, you know,
nerd.
that'll get me like assaulted, but like we have a certified Harvard attendee in the bingo community, which is
Yeah.
kind of insane.
I don't know. I think bingo kind of has a lot of really smart people. And it's
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, like the college you go to isn't what makes you smart, right? It's like everything you pick up along the way. So it's like, is it cool? I could say I went to Harvard. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's not like I don't know. Like I still look up to a lot of people in bingo for like some of how the way they think and like how they approach situations. So it's like I don't know. You can learn from everything and everyone, which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. And there's no
We've talked
one,
about that.
yeah, like there's no one metric to success or anything. Like, and comparison is the thief of joy, which I like staunchly believe in. The people I know that are most unhappy are always the ones that are like trying to draw comparisons and being like, well, this person's done better than me at this, or, you know, whatever. And it's like, you know, just everybody's just
Mm.
on their own path. Like, you could be out there pole dancing as long as you're doing it with a little integrity. I'm gonna be like, look at this, you know, this guy knows what he's doing.
I didn't know pole dancers were known for their integrity, but
You
you know
know,
what? Hey, if you've mastered the craft, like who am I to judge?
maybe they're not, but you could be the first. You know,
You're onto something. Olympic pole dancing coming to
Yeah.
2034
I'm
or
definitely not.
whenever the next
I'm definitely
year
not
is.
thinking of this because of that tweet. It's like, is Daddy ASMR an untapped market? I'm like, I didn't know about this
Okay.
side. Like, would you like
All
to?
right.
Well, this is gonna turn into like one of those like hostile interviews where I'm like, I have a list of your tweets here. We're gonna go through one
No,
by
that'd be
one.
so
Would you like to
funny.
explain to the kids back home that looked up to you about this blasphemous tweet?
Look, so a lot of my tweets are just like I'm sitting in bed at 4 a.m. like I can't sleep, and like just like a random thought comes to my head, and a lot of the time like the random thought's useful, and then I'll just like write it in like a notepad, and then the next day I come to it, and it's like this is awesome. Like I'm using this now. And then some of the thoughts are just like goofy, like is Daddy ASMR an untapped market? And you know what? It might be. You know, I kind of stand by it. Like I don't know. I've never seen Daddy ASMR. I've heard of a lot of Mommy ASMR. So it's like there might be a market there.
Yeah.
That being said, like I don't know, I've tweeted some really goofy stuff on there that's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's also like I don't know, it's usually it reflects poorly on me and not anyone else. And it's like I can take the people think I'm weird on Twitter because I am weird on Twitter. That's what it is.
Listen, if you can have a public Twitter that says crazy stuff like that and still get into Harvard, like you're fine. You're gonna pass any background check. Like you're good.
It is not connected to me in any way. I think
I
like
mean, okay, then just don't go work somewhere that has like really stringent background checks. Just try to keep it like,
yeah, yeah.
keep it
I don't
loose.
plan on working for the CIA,
Okay.
so things will probably be all right.
Yeah, I would just avoid
And either
government
way,
as a
again,
whole.
it's like what is like I mean, obviously, like I guess like that's even like I don't think there's anything that's like that objectionable. Like there's people who go on Twitter and tell people to kill themselves
Right?
or that
Yeah.
people should die, and it's like I'll tweet something goofy like about Daddy ASMR. I don't know, is that a brand risk? Maybe. But like I don't know. I I don't think I'm that bad, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah, if somebody saw that and was like, this is really bad, I'd be like, have you been on the internet before? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Like there's so much worse. And it's like it's not like I'm trying like I try to keep it positive. I don't want to like spread bad things about people to people like I don't know. If you can all look at something and have a laugh, like I feel like that's what my the goal of my Twitter is kind of.
yeah,
And just like I don't know, whatever you're thinking cuz it's Twitter. It's just like you put out what you're thinking.
yeah. I mean, I think Jeff was the one that said like Tomato's like the happiest person I've ever known, and I'm like, I really got to agree with that because I'm like, I don't know if I've known anyone so just like upbeat, but not like you're not over the top like joyful or like manic or something, right? But I'm just like when I think of somebody that's like I've never seen, angry or sad or anything, like not that you don't feel those things, of course, but it's just like when I think of somebody that is like the energy you're putting out into the world, like because there's like people out there that are like they're a downer, like you go to try to talk to them like, hey, how's it going? They're like, well, like I got fired today, and then also like my girlfriend broke up with me, and you're like, oh, okay, so anyways. But like
Yeah.
I feel like the energy you put out into the world is very like positive and inspirational.
It's funny you say that because I think, funny enough, is part of that reason is remember those health issues I was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
One of them was I was just diagnosed with depression. And so I was on SSRIs for a while, and those are really terrible. Like, you don't feel happy. Like, you don't feel sad either. You just kind of don't feel, which
Yeah.
is really weird. Getting off of those was like, oh boy, let's just say I wasn't all about that spreading positive energy then. But since then, it's just like I don't know. Like a lot of the reason people come here is like to not worry about the problems they have in real life, and maybe like not escapism per se, but just like to have a good time,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. I feel like I may as well have a good time while I use the internet. I feel like that's
Right.
the
Exactly.
method.
That's interesting you say that about SSRIs because like I'm on SSRIs and I have been for almost almost like 10 years with only like one
Really.
one break for like less than a year, I think, when I tried to go off them, which did not go well actually, but I can definitely relate to the it really like dulls your emotions, which in my case ended up being a really good thing because it was like I had like peaks and valleys that were just too extreme, and it really just kind of like leveled everything off. and
Mhm.
worked in my case. But I know plenty of people that don't like that, or they prefer I have family members that take like whatever those meds are that it's like it's not like something you build up in your system like an SSRI. Like it's either like a reactionary, like, oh, I'm feeling anxious, I'm going to take a Xanax, or like it's a
Mhm.
shorter term relief. But
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I didn't know that about you. And for what it's worth, I don't mean to like just talk mess on SSRIs either, because it's also like, of
It's
course,
a
it's like,
very personal and subjective, of course, the experience. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the glove doesn't fit every hand kind of thing. Where like in retrospect, I look at it and I'm like, would I have been better off overall if I didn't go on these? I think I would say probably for me, but it's also like, it's a different strokes for different folks, right? Everyone's got their own, like everyone's brain works differently, and but not just in like how it like reacts to chemicals, but also in just like how we perceive information and
Yeah.
like exist in the world. So it's like, I don't know, it's very
Exactly.
interesting.
Yeah, we've reached the point now where we're getting really heady and existential. Just like,
Yeah,
do you
my
like
bad.
maybe the color you see as red, I see as blue? Like, how would we know?
That actually, like that, I was thought about that so much, especially as a kid. Like that actually, that just one shot me. Like I was just paralyzed by that. I was like, how do we know? Like it doesn't make sense. Like how can we prove it? You know?
Oh, that's good.
And then it's also like, what's it called? You get like introductory elementary school color theory. It's like this is the warm color, this is the cool color. What is it? What makes it warm? Like like if I saw blue as red, I think it would be warm. And I feel like I remember some kid being like, "Why is that one the warm one?" It's like maybe he doesn't see what I see because I see it as like warm. I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's goofy.
yeah, I can't say I mean, like, I get it, right? It's one of those things I don't even question it. I'm just like, oh yeah, like the bluer it is, the colder the light is. And it's like, but why do we talk about lights in terms of, or shades of light in terms of temperature? Like that's one of those things. It's like, hmm, a little weird when you
I don't
stop and
know.
think about it.
Maybe just the colors they had on the thermometer.
I don't know, man.
No, I'm not a color theorist.
Listen,
You got the wrong guy here.
I'm gonna just go ahead and blame everybody that came before us, because if we look at things
Yeah,
like modern medicine, like it's like, okay, just how many years ago we were giving people lobotomies and stuff. Isn't this like the second time I've said this
yeah,
in this series? I don't know why I keep bringing it up, but
probably.
that always terrified me when I was a kid, is like, and it still does, honestly. Like when I see shows or movies where it's like set in a like previous time period, like Mad Men, right, set in the 60s, and it's like they're in a hospital, and it's like you see all the differences, right? Like they're all wearing like stark white, which we know was like supposedly, I don't know, maybe it's not totally true, right, phased out because of it's like blood looks a lot more stark on like white clothes. It's like, but I see that image of like, oh god, like nurses in white or something, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, like there's so much they don't know about medicine yet. Like that's such an irrational fear of mine. It's like magically being time transported back to like a previous decade and being like, no, get away from me, you don't know what you're doing with medicine. Like,
I don't know. You talk to my mom, she'll say we're still like that. We
I mean,
still don't know
yeah,
what we're doing with medicine.
it's true, we're
Like there's
always
nothing.
learning.
So it's like, I don't know. In 50 years, we'll look back and be like, "Oh my God, we actually fucked that up so bad."
Right. Oh
So
my god, Wi-Fi
it'll be
actually,
funny.
it does cause headaches. Like, sorry to anyone
Yeah,
who
exactly.
was ridiculed for believing that.
Yep. Yeah, all that type of thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good shout callback, by the way. I like that.
Thank you,
I
thank
think
you.
we've talked about
I
that.
go for the deep cuts.
Yeah, yeah.
But so how about your content creation? Because you and I have been kind of the content kings of the bingo scene. I'm putting myself up there
Yeah.
like 4 YouTube videos, and I'm like,
I have what,
I'm the best of the
like
best. But
8 maybe? So I'm not far above you. But
it's fun though, right? Like,
mm, yeah, it's really hard to see things through like a content creation lens. I feel like, I don't know, like I talked to like Jeff and Funky, and I feel like they've thought about this way more than I have. Where a lot of like, I don't know, when I was like 13 or whatever is when I made my first YouTube channel. and I don't know, I just pointed a camera at an iPad and played Clash of Clans like a kid does, and he thinks that's cool. But I never really like direct like that was like my first, I guess, idea, and then it's like a kind of I didn't think about anything in terms of content creation for like 10 years probably. Where like the only things I would put up there was like a fun thing I did or like a speed run time, like a lot of miscellaneous stuff. Never really like the intent to be content. And now it's like I feel like I came out of the womb again. Like I'm thinking about content as
Right?
content again. It's like this is so weird. And I know there were like I had a couple projects before what I'm doing now. So like I had some like 2v2 Sunshine videos that were like recaps of like a tourney run or like a game, which like in retrospect those are like, pretty entertaining at least. Uh, I mean you can find those. I don't know if you've seen them. Probably not actually.
No, I don't think so.
Uh, I think especially the recent one is pretty good, where I interviewed Rasmus and Dex because it was focused on like our games against them into winning the aforementioned 2024 2v2. Um, and I don't know. I think there's definitely some. It's also like you look back at a project and like you see everything that's wrong with it.
Mm.
So I put like 6 months of work into that project, but like I go back and I'm like, there's so much that's just terrible, and so it's like it's very hard to balance that perfection. And it's also like in the moment you get excited because you like that concept, and so like perception of it is clouded. So I do something and I'm like, whoa, this is such a cool idea. And then I go back and it's like, okay, maybe the idea was cool, but like these five things were like poorly done and I should have like upped my game. Uh, so it's I don't know. Like there's always just room to improve, which is like kind of frustrating because I feel like there's no ceiling. And that's part of why I'm like trying to do less effort things is because pouring 6 months into something to get it like 200 views, like it's cool that it's out there, but it's like pretty demotivating. Like I put a lot of work for not that much payoff. So now I'm putting in less work for like probably overall more payoff, to be honest,
Yeah.
so far. Um, and so like that's I don't know, that's like my strategy. And then also it's like a better way to like figure things out. So it's like, does this work? Do people care about this? Like what do people hate about this? And it's like easier to improve because you have a higher volume of output. And then if like you can get info like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you're looking for negative feedback, talk to Funky, because if you ask Funky about negative comments on his videos, he was like
Hmm.
reviewing, he was showing like he gets all these hater comments on his videos that are just like, you're not funny, this wasn't funny, you suck, like your voice is annoying. He was like, I just give them all a heart. He's like, the really annoying ones I respond, and I'm like, thanks for thanks for checking in, bro. Just like that's the right way to not, take it too seriously, because I feel like that's, you know annoying too, is the internet. Like a lot of it is just like, I'm sorry, who asked? Like you get comments, people are just like, I didn't like this. Okay, nobody asked you. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's very weird because it's like on some level, like real constructive criticism is genuinely like the most helpful thing, but in some ways that's also almost the most hurtful, because like what's it called? If you put out some slop and someone says like this was trash, it's like, well, okay, I put like 10 minutes into this. Like I guess it makes sense that you see it that way. I don't really care. But then for like a class, I wrote 20 pages of like statistical tests as a rough draft and like emailed it to my professor. Due in like 5 days, by the way. So I'll have to go through all these comments. But she was like, on every page, she's like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. This is why. Replace this with this. Run these statistical tests. Fix your tables. Make sure that the lines are shorter. Like fix the format. I don't know. It was really overwhelming. That kind of feedback. So it's like, is that but like that's also helpful, right? Because that's how you learn, is you get that feedback. So it's like I don't know, it's like you have to separate yourself emotionally to some extent to like really take in the best feedback, but it's also not always easy when it's like something you really loved and were proud of, and
right,
for someone to be like this was trash because X, Y, and Z.
right.
So it's like yeah, it's very paradoxical like that.
Yeah, this wasn't even like criticism about like something I had even done, but like when I was gonna post the first video of this, right, and like we talked about this, it was like we were both posting videos like set to premiere on YouTube, and then like the chorus of haters in the Bingo Discord are like, only dumb idiots set stuff to premiere. I mean, they didn't say it like that, but
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally like, okay, like single tier as I'm like, okay, instant premiere now, like fine, like sorry, I just wanted to feel cool, like I have a video that's gonna premiere. Like I watched some of your videos, and like sometimes I'm bored at work and I don't have anything to do, and it's like, oh shit, like this, you know, that Tommy video is like about to premiere, and I'm like sitting here and like watching the countdown, and I'm like getting all hyped up, and I was like
Dude, that's
I want other
awesome.
people to have that feeling, like, and for me to have been like, you know, the instigator of that. And then it was, you know, we got the feedback from the experts that it was like, yeah, nobody uses premieres,
Not
and I
the
was
move.
like, okay, well,
Yeah. It's probably I kinda do see their point where it's like, part of it is probably like if you have a big thing, you premiere it, but if you don't, then you don't. I like
yeah.
that's kind of interesting. Um, which like I don't know. I'll keep that in mind as well if I've got another big thing. But
I, I mean,
you know,
I don't even know how all of it works, like, because I follow somebody like that does crochet content on YouTube, and they had something set to premiere, and like I saw like the thing pop up that was like, okay, this is set to premiere in like 5 days or whatever it was, and then like when it did premiere, I think it was like back up at the top of like my subscriptions. So I was like, okay, so does it just show up twice then, like when you schedule it and also when it happens? But you know, it's so, like we talked about, like Funky was like, it's so gamified and everything. It's like gone are the days of just like you just put something out there just for the sake of it. Now it's like you gotta do all the things right. You gotta publish the video at the right time of day. You get, you know, it's like
yeah,
it sucks so much of the fun out
nightmare.
of it.
Yeah, I think there's kind of like a I think in some ways the game is interesting. Like I like games. I'm a nerd. I like games. So it's like I think that's kind of cool, but at the same time it's also like it's limiting your creative expression in some way. And like there's some things I get. Like I think I would also be annoyed like even if a premiere was live when I like opened the YouTube page, I'd be like, "Oh, well now I missed the first half and don't have the context." So it's like I kind of get the frustrations with that.
Yeah.
Um but then other stuff is like, I don't know, you don't have a big red arrow in your thumbnail, you're losing. It's like, okay, well, I don't
Yeah.
know. There's like a yeah, they're like it's like there's a balance. Like there's that's where I'm at, where it's like some stuff is cool and interesting, and then some stuff is just like big red arrow, big red circle,
Yeah.
a face, like yeah, yeah, like the most fake reaction.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god. I was telling Funky like the crochet YouTube channels I follow do that, and it's like it's so annoying. I was gonna call it
yeah.
cancerous, but that felt a little too harsh. But like every time I see it, I just like I die a little on the inside, where it's like somebody reviewing like yarn for crochet, and they're just like, and I'm like,
Hmm.
we don't need that here. Like that's okay. Like I kind of get that engagement for like, okay, like it works on kids or something, like that actually kind of makes sense, right? I don't know if that's like, I assume that's probably part of it, is like what gets people to click on it, especially kids, right? But I'm like, okay, the kids are not watching like fiber arts content on YouTube. They're just not. I'm sorry, like we're all
Yeah.
adults here. You don't have to do the like insane PewDiePie reactions, what it like. But I'll digress. It's just one of those things I could rant and rave about forever.
It's probably just some like algorithm thing where YouTube sees people as a whole click more when the mouth is open and the person is shocked, and so overall it recommends it more
Yeah,
instead of like demographically. It's probably some mess like that. I don't know.
yeah.
It's like there's so much to that, like to study in that area that it's like I don't know. I have a lot of other hobbies. I think I'm good.
I feel like it's the same as like with Twitch streaming, where it's like, you know, you can do everything right and it doesn't guarantee you like any sort of results whatsoever. And you can grind and you can put in hours and buy all the like high level equipment and everything and pour your heart and soul into it. And then at the end of the day, it's like no one shows up, no one cares, no one, you know, it's like the how is anyone going to find it? And I, I I worry for the people that are a little too invested in that, which like you're not. You're just like, I'm just doing this for fun. Like I'm just putting this out there. And but there are sadly those
Yeah.
people that are like, you know, oh, I want to make it big. Like I want to be a famous Twitch streamer. I'm like, you don't. You really don't. Like
Hmm.
I'm not one. I don't
Yeah.
need to be one to tell you like that does not sound fun. Like taking something you love and turning it into a job, like, which is what we're fed as kids, right? Is that idea of like, you need to
You
find
gotta
something
love
that
your
you
job.
love. I'm like, no, no, let me give you the best career advice that I personally feel is like, you just find a job that you can tolerate. That's the secret to happiness and success.
Yeah, because I'm sure like when you're forced to do something like that, it's like um I don't know, like there's got to just be so many downsides. It's because it's like first of all, now you're forced to do something you love. So like if you ever fall out of love or if like something comes up and it's like, well, now I'm interrupted by this thing that I love, I guess, but it's like I don't know. I think there's just a lot of downsides. I think also there's like tons of other weird things with like that career path in particular. So like I don't know. I'm like everything that you say will be super scrutinized. Like if I was a famous Twitch streamer, I can't be tweeting about daddy ASMR probably. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that where's the freedom? Where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Um I don't know. I feel like there's like I don't know. There's probably a lot to be said for that. Like uh, I like a lot of people who I know who got like Twitch partner like some like I don't know small amount of fame in that way, or were just like yeah like this is definitely not what I want to do as a job. Like I don't know Trey for example like he's doing his content creation stuff for Sunshine and he had I'd say he had a modicum of success. I don't know, it's like any percent videos like 1 million views or something, which is like I'd say that's probably successful in the industry. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm like burning out on content," and then he got a job. I know he's between jobs now, so maybe not the best example. But I don't know. Another guy I know who played Tetris, Caboozled Pie, he got like Twitch partner, and then after that, I feel like he was just like, "Yeah, I'm actually gonna just focus on life and college." I haven't kept in touch, so like I don't know. Maybe my perception's way off, but I think it's just like if you really put your nose to the grindstone to succeed, what you don't realize is that that grindstone doesn't stop. Like you can't just get off. Like all of a sudden, that's your life.
Yep.
It's like I don't know. It's yeah. It's a weird balance.
Yeah. But speaking of work, I know I've asked you before, but for our massive audience watching,
Hmm.
where do you see yourself going for a professional career? Since obviously it's not going to be in content creation, thank God.
Yeah. So right now I'm actually eyeing a real estate position. Where I went through a couple rounds of interviews, so I think things are looking pretty good there. It's in Georgia, in Atlanta, which is pretty cool. So I'm optimistic that'll work out. Do I want to do that long term? I don't know. Like why I'm doing it in the short term is also like a very complicated thing in terms of like I don't even know if this is what I want to do, but it's a lot of like connections, like family influence, that type of thing. So it's like um difficult to sort of evaluate. But also it's like all the people I've spoken to seem lovely, so it's like it's definitely not a reflection on something like that. Um, but like, where do I see myself in 5 years, for example? Like, if an interview asks me that, I just have no idea. Like, life takes the most like crazy turns all over the place for everyone. Like, I think honestly, anyone who's like confident that that they can know where they will be in 5 years is just wrong.
Yeah.
There's a couple people who are really just that locked in. Like I've played tennis ever since I was 10. I'm world rank X. I need to like the drive is just eating them up to be the best. Like I don't know, something like that maybe like I can see, but 5 years is 5 years. Like
Yeah.
there's a whole world of things out there to explore.
Right.
So
Are we all even going to be alive in 5 years? Like, not to get too
I don't know.
too
No, I mean
existential, but
you're
it's like,
right. Like
right? I like that
yeah,
worries me.
things happen all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably not even a hot take, but I'm like, yeah, I always thought like where you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years or something is like such a stupid interview question. Like, because
Mhm.
I know interview questions are more like it's not actually necessarily about the actual answer. It's more of like how you respond to the question. Like, I know there's a whole thing to it, but yeah, I remember I was applying for I was applying for a job at Chick-fil-A, and like
Mhm.
it was like a group interview, and it really wasn't even like an interview. It was like 10 of us, and like we come in, they give us all like worksheets to fill out, which like, okay, the internet was a thing back then, we could have done this online,
Yeah.
whatever, okay. And one of the questions I think was like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And like, yeah, I lied, I was like, oh, like married to a nice wife with like kids. I'm like First of
Yeah.
all, I'm gay. Second of all, I don't want
Yeah.
kids. Third of all, like, can I just work at Chick-fil-A, please? Like, do I need to tell you my aspirations, hopes, and
Yeah.
dreams?
Yeah, it's that always feels like such a fake question too, because there's so many parts of life. Like you could talk about your career in 5 years, you could talk about your home life in 5 years, you could talk about everything. You could talk about how much you're playing video games in 5 years. Like I don't know, there's just so many parts of life that like how are you gonna dissect all of that in
Right?
one question? Especially with the whole like what the hell is going on in the future? Like we don't know what's going on in the future.
Yeah.
I didn't know Minecraft speedrunning really existed a year ago, and now I'm doing that. So it's like I don't know.
Or
I didn't know how to play
mahjong.
mahjong,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a year ago, and now I'm playing some of that. It's like yeah, it's like I don't know, like this. It's just like a beautiful world. So it's like I don't know, just go out and explore it,
Yeah. Isn't
your
that
own
great?
little
Like,
way.
I mean, every day you wake up, like, I think about this sometimes. I like I was on Twitch one time randomly and I was just like looking for people to watch and I find this guy and he's playing Dead by Daylight and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like I think I've seen other people play this game." And like he's nice, so like I chat in his stream. And then I'm like chatting in his stream all the time. He's streaming like multiple days a week. Like he likes to stream a lot. And eventually like I get roped into playing DBD and then
Mhm.
I end up playing DBD with like one of his other friends, and then through that friend, I meet somebody else, and then I start watching other people on Twitch playing it. And like when I think of like that one act of just finding that one guy's stream that one day led me down a path of like meeting dozens and dozens of people, sinking hundreds, if not a couple thousand hours into a game, which thank God I don't play anymore. But like, and it's all just because like I was just bored one day and that person happened to be streaming at that time that I was looking. Like I just as easily could have like been like, oh, let me go like take the trash out or something, and never would have met that person, maybe never would have played that game, never would have met dozens of people, some of whom like I still know now. It's like, so yeah, it's like as hard as it is to get out of bed every day, it's like I don't expect everyone to be like super optimistic, but like when you think about it, like there's so much possibility. Like you get out of bed every day, like anything could happen and it might not seem big in that moment, but it could be a day that like totally alters the course of your entire life.
Yeah. No, like that little spark, like I think I talked about that in like my little video about like how communities form and grow and that type of thing. But a lot of the time, like what gets someone into a place or a hobby or a thing is literally just talking to someone or even like watching something. Like what's it called? Like part of the spark that led me to this Sunshine community was watching Trey's any percent video 7 years ago. Like I just booted up a random YouTube video like that had no meaning to me like at the time, right? And now I know probably like half the people in that video and like we're good buddies. And it's like it's just so funny to like look back on that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. That's one of the more beautiful things about life. Is the chaos when the chaos isn't overwhelming, of course, but is instead fun.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. There's so much out there. It's just like things you never knew about the day before, and all of a sudden, like it's a part of your life now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, and I
Anything
mean,
can happen.
I was gonna say that about you, especially as I was like one of the things about you that always like seems to strike me is I'm like this guy is not afraid to try anything. Like I'm like I could see you being at a restaurant and you're like, yeah, I will try the fried crocodile. Like fuck me up with that. Like because you're
That actually sounds awesome.
okay. I
I
have
want fried crocodile.
I don't think it was crocodile, but I have had fried alligator. I think that's what I was thinking of. It tastes like chicken. It's not too bad.
Fair.
but but like you're out here like because like usually like you can just kind of tell based off of like what have people done and like you're telling me you had told me about Tetris. It's like you've got Bingo and Sunshine, of course, and then it's like just in the very recent present, you've had like Minecraft speedruns, which like you've just like thrown yourself at completely. Like, and I feel like part of it is being not afraid to try something, but like equally as important is like as part of not being afraid to try something is like not being afraid of like failing or messing up or like there's because there's so many people and I know like firsthand I have some people in my life that are like they won't try anything because like what if they're bad at it and they're like their fragile self-ego can't handle that so they just don't try stuff and that's so sad and even I struggle with that sometimes but like you push through it and you see amazing things.
Yeah, I kind of I kind of get it that like everyone's afraid of failure, but I feel like for me at least that fear of failure comes when I have expectation. Like when I play bingo, that's when I'm like afraid. Like I don't know, when I play the qualifiers for Dawn of a Dynasty, that's when I was afraid of failure because I had the expectation I come in as the second seed, like I have to qualify. So those games were the scariest because that's where I felt the most pressure. Um, but like when I try something, like when I booted up a Minecraft speedrun for the first time, I didn't get a completion for like I don't know, like probably half a month just because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to beat the game really. Um, but it's like I didn't care because it was all about having fun and not a direct competition, not like of achieving some sort of standard. It was just seeing what something's like. So that's what I don't really understand about that mentality. Like I'll never try something because I don't think I'll be good at it. Because I think there's so many things that I don't think I'll be like Minecraft speedrunning. It's funny enough. I thought I was gonna be terrible at it. Like I barely played the game casually. Like all my stuff is platformers where Minecraft is like this first person stuff. Like I never play first person games. Like I've played like a tiny bit of Counter Strike and that's like about it in that regard. Um it has like its whole own set of like knowledge and like understanding and movement that all of which I still don't really understand. Like I don't know, people have mastered every aspect of that game. Uh so like I don't know, I feel like you try something cuz you think it's going to be fun and not cuz you're afraid to fail. Cuz I think if you're afraid to fail, like why would you try anything?
Y-
Even like your routine could go wrong. Like what if I fail when I drive the car to school every day? And
Yeah.
I get in an accident. Like obviously that's terrible, but like I feel like you can't be paralyzed by that kind of thing,
y-
especially when it's so inconsequential. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. It's weird. People I mean, I'm guilty of it too, Ray. Is like sometimes if I'm gonna try something, it's like I want to be good at it right away because it's like I want that validation. But like there's such a good like humbleness that comes from being bad. Like so hopefully Miami Andy and I might be doing our game this weekend. I'm waiting to hear back from him. And it's like
That's so hype.
I am so excited to like and I need like first of all, people have offered, they're like, I will coach you. You said that. Like, I'm pretty sure a couple other people are like, I will coach you. Like, I'll send you tutorials. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like, do you think I'm over here like practicing, watching YouTube videos? Like, no, I'm going to go in. I want to do as shittily as possible because that will be so much more fun than if I like go, try ahead of time and then go in with like an expectation of like, oh my god, like I have to win. Like no, like Andy's not doing anything either. Like he's just like he literally hadn't even played Sunshine I think in like a decade or something. He's like, hang on, like I gotta buy a controller. I gotta like get get the emulator
Yeah.
running. I'm like I already feel too advantaged because I'm like I play Sunshine casually every couple of years, but I'm like, am I gonna be trying to like learn Serena whenever? So I'm like, I don't need to know that to play against him. And like, it'll be so much more fun if it's like, oh my God, either player could like get this, but neither of them know how. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's going to be so fun. So like you said, going in with like no expectations and just being like, it's okay to just like fall down and make mistakes. Like, that's how you learn. Like, I,
Mm.
I was thinking the other day about like, the idea of like regrets, and it's like a lot of the times most of the stuff you regret is things you didn't do, more so than things you did do, because usually if you're you know sound mentally, you can see the positive and you can be like, okay, like yeah, this sucked and like it wasn't great, it was embarrassing or whatever, or maybe I'm even like ashamed of it, but if I learned from it and took a lesson from it, moved on, whatever, it's like, then I'm not going to regret it. But there are some like doors we don't open that it's like, maybe I should have tried that. Like that's the kind of mindless regret that's easier to fall into.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. I think part of what's exciting about trying new things is like actually the learning process too. So it's like it's fun to do something with like coming in and being like, I know I'm gonna do poorly. Funny enough, actually, related to this, I got asked to commentate a Mario Party tournament for tomorrow. And yesterday, with a friend of mine who's in the final and asked me to commentate, he said, "Let's play a practice." And I got my butt kicked in all the mini games because these guys grind this out, type of thing. But like it was a great time. Like you come in, you learn, and like it's super exciting to learn. Like you understand, you like slowly pick up like what are their like thought processes in this, like how are they understanding their decisions, little things like that. And like that's I don't know, so fascinating. even if I just lose slime time to having a bad mash finger, and not knowing how to two-finger mash or whatever the tech is these days, it's still like, I don't know, it's still just interesting, like learning. I don't know. I think so many competitive things are just so interesting and intricate and exciting, even if like I'm not an expert at it. Like, I don't know. That being said, I don't think I'll ever try League.
Oh,
Too
please don't.
toxic for me.
Please don't. I've never even I played Dota, but like yeah, no, never again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny to say that cuz yeah, I feel like that's how I felt I crocheted for the last like 6 years. And crochet and knitting, like people get them mixed up because they're pretty similar. You know, they're both fiber arts. You work with like a strand of yarn. You're making fabric out of yarn. And
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not gonna try knitting. Like I like crochet. Crochet's my thing. I was like, maybe I'll knit someday. But the reason I kept putting it off was because I was so scared that I was like, if I try it and I am not great at it right off the bat, I'm gonna feel like a failure, especially because like it's one of those things where it's like the speed running to bingo pipeline, right? Is it's like there's just a ton of overlap. It's like same thing here, right? Like a lot of those skills will transfer, but there will be a ton that does not. And I was like, if I try it
Yep.
and I'm not good at it, I will be hard on myself and I don't want that. And like finally I, got over it, was like, okay, we're going to try it. And exactly like you said, the thing I'm enjoying most about it is like I do not feel any sort of pressure to like, okay, I need to do this, I need to be this good by this time or whatever. Like I'm just taking it one thing at a time, and I'm enjoying the like learning process. So it's like, there's a bunch of different techniques and stuff, and I'm like, okay, like this looks cool. I'm gonna try to learn this, and it's like I try that, and I'm like, okay, that was cool. I tried that. Now let's go back and do some more basic stuff. Eventually, I want to try that, but like the learning process and the like climbing the towards the skill ceiling is like one of the most enjoyable parts. And one thing that grinds my gears is like when people try to get into a hobby and they want to just like be at like the ultimate end game right off the bat. Like I have a friend who wanted to get into painting Warhammer minifigures, and so he's like he spends like hundreds of dollars on all the sets and then proceeds to like not paint any of them, doesn't prime any of them. I'm like, you're doing retail therapy and buying all the things, but you're not even doing the hobby. And I'm like, just like have one
Just
thing.
try it.
Yeah, try the thing. Like and go, like you don't need to like exhaustively research like, okay, well I need to have like the best paint primer and I need to have the best brushes and all that. It's like just go be a beginner. It's the most enjoyable part. Like when people ask me like, oh, will you teach me how to crochet? I'm like, literally just go to the store, buy a hook, buy some of this yarn, like in this size, and then like I'll send you some YouTube tutorials. Like you can't just start off by like, oh, I want to have all the luxury materials. I want to be, I want to work with only the best. And I'm like, no, you're missing out on the beginner phase where you don't know anything and you're just like blindly working your way through it. And like you'll never be able to get that back. It's such a good time.
Yeah, there's kind of like a balance too, where like sometimes blindly trying to figure something out can be frustrating.
True.
So it's like, I think like you can like study up and then try and apply it. And I think like the application, even when you suck, but like you come in with some base knowledge and then just kind of work through it yourself, that's like also really rewarding. Even if like you're not going in blind. Like it's you don't play with it like a child plays, I guess. Uh but like it's still like a tangible feeling of improvement and learning, and I think that's pretty exciting. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's like trial and error, like which kind of goes back to the thing of like you can't just expect to go in and just like not make mistakes. Like no, ideally you want to make a ton of mistakes cuz that's how you learn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not that I would know anything about making a mistake, of course, like I'm perfect, but you
We'll
know,
see your bingo this weekend, and then
yeah,
maybe we reevaluate.
which and I'm like that's part of it, right? It's like if I beat Miami Andy, it's like I want that credit all to myself. I want it to be like, yep, that's like
Mm.
I was playing this game in 2002, like that's all me, baby. That's not Tommy
Yup.
teaching me like, oh, here's how you reach beach pipe without what was it you were doing in that one randomizer, like you didn't have triple jump
Oh
or
yeah, I
something
didn't have like
something.
hover maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I had to like come up with some like triple jump setup. I remember I played Plant. That's where I came up with the setup
Mm-hmm.
where I because I don't know, I had to play hoverless. I was like, oh wait, I didn't know this would be a problem. Like, how do you get beach shine? I'm sure like hoverless max percent just gets like turbo or something and does that, but it's like I don't know. You always get these like weird constraints, which is like I don't know. It was a cool way to like explore
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel like there's such a need for that kind of thing to like keep stuff fresh, because that's always turned me off from speedrunning, is like, okay, yeah, new, strats and glitches and techs and stuff get found occasionally. Like,
It's
so,
like the same thing
yeah,
every run.
right. Because sometimes maybe a game like Twilight Princess comes to mind, because I watched some people do that, and it's like, I think in the last year or two there was some like major thing that just like allowed this brand new like huge time save. Where it's like, okay, sometimes the game's gonna like go through evolutions like that, but otherwise it's like it's just the same thing over and over, which is some people's jam. And I do have things that I love to just do mindlessly or repetitively, and like it just brings me joy. But I just could never see myself doing that, because it's you know
It's a grind
it
for sure.
is. But then you take something like bingo, and it's like this simple concept of like, well, what if we just like made arbitrary goals, and like you have to do these things fast, and it's like there's just so much to that compared to something like speedrunning categories, where it's just like, okay, you just do this thing over and over, the same thing every time.
Yeah, no, I mean that's also why. So like bingo is one of my favorite events, but the other Sunshine event that's my favorite, which you probably haven't seen much of, but like the task competitions,
Hmm.
those are so cool because it's you get a weird task. It'll be something like start on this platform, touch 5 platforms with a red border, open 4 nozzle boxes, and stand on and end on the submarine. I don't know, like some random task, but it's like you have to figure out where is the fastest. So like you use your mind, you like lab out a bunch of different possibilities, and then you grind it out, and then like it's like a new thing every time, and that's like super exciting when those happen. And I think that's part of what I've been liking about the Minecraft too, is like every seed is different. So
Yeah.
like, even if you get guaranteed like a seed that has like an easy way to get to the Nether and a bastion within so many chunks or whatever, it's still different every time. Like there's a whole new hurdle every seed, and like I don't know, there's still stuff every time I see where it's like, wow, I've never thought about this situation before, what do I do? So it's like I don't know, it's a good time.
You think you don't know what you're doing Minecraft speedruns, but then when I'm watching you stream Minecraft speedruns, I'm like, this is a person that doesn't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing. So like, I'm like not knowing what's happening squared or something
My
by
bad.
effect. Like you're always talking like, I didn't know that the corner of this bastion, like the stables, something like, and I'm like, what, like, what is
I
he
know.
talking
Yeah,
about? Like,
it's so weird. It's like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know as well. It's like Dunning-Kruger. I don't know, it's super interesting.
yeah, but at least you've got Kevin in your stream to show you the way.
Kevin's a hero, dude. I don't know how he puts up with me. We've played some like private rooms. Every time I'm just like bombarding him with questions. Like, oh wait, so how do you do this? And he's like, oh, you use thin macro to find the BT? I don't know. I don't know. It's like ultra nerd stuff that I'm asking him.
See, I can't even tell if that was a made up phrase or not, because I'm like,
That
that
was a
sounded
very
real.
real
Oh my
phrase.
god.
The thin macro like shrinks your view,
Oh,
and
okay, yeah,
you
that
do it
one.
because what's it called? Because then the pie chart uh shows the block entities in like the direction you're looking, and to find the BT, which is the buried treasure underground, you have to like look directly at it in its direction. So what I was doing was I was using my whole screen, and I was trying to see like where does the pie chart stop, and then it's like I don't know, maybe like 360 degrees, like here I don't see any behind this area, and then like beyond this view I don't see anything, so it's like somewhere in this direction. But if you use the thin thing, it's like here I don't see anything, here I see something, here I don't see anything, so it's just here. And so
Mm.
it's easier because it's less, instead of like it's somewhere in the middle of this. It's like here. So it's like I don't know, it's very funny.
I will say that, like, no hate to speedruns, of course, because I know that I know who might be watching this, but it's like
Oh, you can hate
uh,
speedruns.
I
I'm
will.
actually a speedrun hater.
Wow,
That's not true, but like part of it's true.
like I feel like Minecraft, or like something with a different seed or whatever, or like Pokemon speed runs, where it's like they try to go, I think, for like RNG manipulation to get like good IVs on like the starters, but it's like, but there's still a lot left up to chance and stuff like that versus like games where it's like almost entirely just movement based. Like I feel like
Mhm.
there's kind of like got to be like two sort of camps, right? Is like the movement based speed runs, like something like SM64, and then the like turn based speed runs, stuff like Pokemon, where you're just like, you know, you're not really in control in the same way as you are with like a movement based speed run. And I don't know, it's very interesting. Like different, I see different people are interested in different like kinds of things. I follow one person that like they only do like turn-based game speedruns. Like that's just their thing. They did do SM64, so to their credit, they did do something else, but they were like, no, I just like, you know, the turn-based stuff. Like I have time to think. And I was like, that makes so much sense, you know. But I'm sure that like the people that do movement based speedruns are probably like, why the hell would I want to speedrun something where it's like a critical hit like 2 hours into the speedrun just ends the run? Like that's stupid,
Oh
you know?
man. Yeah, have you seen like Worcester clips? I don't know, like the big Pokemon speedrun guy.
Oh no.
Every time like he'll post a clip, it'll be like 5 hours deep in a Pokemon stadium, and it's just some battle that's never gone wrong before, but this time, I don't know, it's always something crazy. That's what I've liked about the Minecraft is like even if you get a crap seed, you're playing against someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have the same seed, you have the same blazed rod drop rates, like you have basically the same luck for the most part except for like a couple things they can't control. But like at my level, it's basically the same luck because
Yeah.
for us, like one little thing isn't going to make a difference. So like that's been like a good balance for me between those. That being said, they're dropping Minecraft Bingo. There's like a closed beta right
Oh
now,
yeah.
open beta in like a month. So like, can I farm that? Like this is where I'm at. Like I don't know if they're good at bingo over there. I don't know if they grind that. So I mean, I'm hyped for that.
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
definitely try
crossover
and
we've been
cook
waiting
on that.
for.
Exactly. That being said, like I don't know, you put me against a big dog, like I'm definitely just getting my mechanics gapped like crazy because how am I gonna, you know, put
Right.
up with? But it's true for Sunshine Bingo as well, and sometimes I can cook there, so
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you
like,
never know.
I was shocked in Dawn of a Dynasty that it's like a lot of names I recognized from, you know, a decade ago, you know, show up and like they're all kind of getting their asses kicked. And I'm like, damn, like, and
Well, it depends. Not
you know,
Ramato.
well, no, not Romano, of course. I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
people, you know, not as active in the Bing scene, but still like they still speedrun Sunshine or something, but you know, it just goes to show what a different skill set it is. And if you haven't practiced the Bing, then you know,
You're in trouble.
yeah, you can get pretty far with like the skills, but that's not the whole battle.
Mhm. Then again, it's kind of the opposite's true too, where like even if you're a bingo main, you can get so far with the skills, but if you're losing 10 minutes over the course of a bingo, there's only so much you could do.
Yeah,
So it's like it's funny. It's like a very weird dichotomy.
yeah. At the end of the day, you just got to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you, sir. And
It's been a joy.
we are at about like the hour mark. So although this could easily go on for hours and hours, I'm sure you've got a lot on your plate with graduating from college.
Yeah, that's just coming up.
A little
God,
bit.
that 20 pager. I still got to run some tests on
Like
like
this
specification
section is
tests,
shit. This is
negotiating
shit.
tests.
This is trash.
Oh
Like,
God. Yeah. I already reformatted every single one of my tables to have less white space by copying the table from like sheets, pasting it into sheets, copying it again there, pasting into docs again. I don't know.
oh
And
my
like
god.
changing the row height, lowering the font. I don't know. It's just been a nightmare, the whole thing. But
You're like, I'm a
I'll
silly
be
little
out of there
guy. I
soon.
just want to play bingo.
Yeah, I'm very simple.
Uh,
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for chatting,
Yeah,
man.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great being here.
awesome.
You got to keep this going, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely you know, Larvey was hating, right, at the beginning, saying, you know, oh, good, another podcast. And I was like, you know what? Just for that, I'm going to make sure I make more episodes of this stupid thing than anyone has ever done for any other content outside of, you know, actual matches and tournaments and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, that'll be tough.
just because I'm petty like that. But no, this has been really fun talking to people, and everybody's so interesting. Like it's like we were talking about. It's like
That's so cool.
you learn about new stuff just by talking to people. Like I'm not necessarily going to get into Minecraft speedrunning, but like I will watch you do it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like eventually, like I'm going to surprise Kevin in your chat and I'm going to be like, wait, is this a stables bastion? And he's going to be like, what?
Like,
You
whoa,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I've been paying attention.
Dude, telling the difference was like so hard starting out. I didn't know what I was doing, dude. It was so hard.
It's okay. You're going to get there. You're going to, I don't know what the,
Yeah,
is netherite the highest rank? Because I know it's like iron, right?
yeah.
Is there
I got
leather
to
rank?
gold,
Is there
so that's
leather?
cool. The bottom's coal.
Oh,
I got out of coal. I got out of iron. I'm in gold now. Then there's emerald, diamond, netherite. I'm not hitting netherite anytime soon. I'll tell you that. People there are like super nerds that are just insane,
yeah.
know everything.
The
So, you know,
Ramados of the Minecraft world. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean, I
much.
don't know. Probably like a different economy over there where there's more Ramados, but also more people at that level. So it's like, I don't know.
Just the
We'll call
world.
it the me of Minecraft speedrunning. But like, I'm not that good at Minecraft speedrunning yet. I haven't put the 6 years in, so you know, can't have those expectations.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, man. And I'm sure we'll be back
Thank
with
you.
part 2 at some point because I'm going to want to talk to everybody again because, yeah, this is super
Oh yeah,
fun.
we'll be around.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you.